Are you ready to make your own homemade vegan mayo and the perfect chickpea chicken salad recipe for your next vegan lunch? Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own vegan mayo with no additives, preservatives, whole food plant-based. If you enjoy seeing whole food plant-based recipes by me, go ahead and like and subscribe to my content so you get notified every single time I post. So I'm utilizing this mayo to make chickpea chicken salad that I'm going to be utilizing for our meal prep for this week. So it's an easy, simple recipe that should be very easy to follow. So let's go ahead and get into it. While I was meal prepping, I was making my own vegan mayo, so I wanted to take out the time to show you guys how to make your own at home so that you don't have to go to the store and get ones that have any additives, preservatives, because as a whole food plant-based vegan, I like to avoid a lot of those. And I usually would use a brand from the store, but I want to start using my own at home, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this recipe. So for this recipe, I'm gonna be using aquafaba, and that is the liquid in the can of chickpeas. This is organic chickpeas from Sprouts. And then for the oil, I'm going to be using avocado oil, and this is pure avocado oil, agave, Dijon mustard, and then apple cider vinegar. If you're not familiar with aquafaba, this is what it looks like. I usually like to get my chickpeas in a box at Whole Foods, but this can will work this time as well. Here's the full recipe list for our vegan mayo. For the base, because we're using aquafaba and avocado oil, that makes this recipe soy-free, gluten-free, no canola or seed oil. To start, I went ahead and added in my ingredients like all of the aquafaba, Dijon mustard, sea salt, agave, and apple cider vinegar. I always make sure that my products are completely vegan or plant-based with the no addition of animal products. It's also very important to me to check the complete ingredient list for any extra additives or toxic preservatives. Once I get to the avocado oil, I go ahead and just add a half a cup in to start. And once you pour in that half of avocado oil, I'm going to go ahead and get my attachment so we can start blending. This is my very first time making my own vegan mayo at home, so your girl was kind of nervous of how it would turn out. Once I start blending it all together, it kind of thickened up. And as you're blending it, once you start to see it get a little thick, you can add in some more of the avocado oil. This recipe was inspired by Minimalist Baker. I've been following her recipe since I started my vegan journey. As you can see, this is in real time and it started to get thicker. I added a little bit more after each minute of blending. If I were to get mayo at the store, I would usually pick Follow Your Heart. But if you're trying to avoid processed items or seed oil, that one's not good for you. These two are made with avocado oil, but they have additions of gums and other preservatives. Since being on my vegan journey, I try to eliminate a lot of processed items that I used to use before, which are, yes, they are vegan, but I try to be more whole food plant-based. I thought it was so cool how I could slowly see everything come together and become mayo. Also, if you're having a regular immersion blender, one tip I can give is that you can slowly drip the oil into the cup while you're blending it instead of doing it this way. I was adding in my oil a little bit at a time, but if you slowly drip it in while you're blending, you can get a thicker mayo. This is the texture when I was completely done. It was definitely on the looser side, so I was a little bit scared, but I went ahead and transferred it to a glass dish to put in the refrigerator. Letting it set in the fridge, I really hoped that it would thicken up a little bit. But let me tell you, even without it being super thick, I was still really proud of myself to come this far. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit in the fridge for a few hours and then we'll see how thick it turns out. I was able to give it time to thicken because I was meal prepping. As you can see, I have all the meal prep in the fridge. Now we're moving on to make the actual chickpea chicken salad. I made this recipe so many times, so it's definitely a staple in our house. I use my food processor to chop up my chickpeas and then add everything else to the bowl. Once my mayo came out the fridge about 2 or 3 hours later, I was definitely happy with the result. Again, it was not super thick, but definitely great for this recipe. And still perfect to make sauces or use on your sandwich. It's also not super thick because I use avocado oil. As always, the chickpea chicken salad was delicious. I tasted it and transferred it all to my glass dish to save for the week. If you're meal prepping for the week for your family, this is a great recipe to use because it holds up good in the refrigerator. Now I'm able to store this for my family's weekly meal prep, and we can eat it for lunch as a snack throughout the day. And after completely meal prepping, guys, look, I have to tell you, I'm definitely doing this again because having the luxury of just going in the fridge and grabbing my lunch or dinner for me and my family, it was just way too easy. I made Maddie a little plate for lunch, and it had the chickpea chicken salad, some crackers, cucumber, and tomatoes. I use these veggie flour pita crackers from Simple Meals that you guys can find in my Amazon storefront. I also usually can pick these up at a Sprouts, Whole Foods, or even Kroger. And she completely ate this up for me and left just a few tomatoes. If you enjoyed this recipe, go ahead and like and subscribe to my content, and I'll see you guys next time.